Hey, how's everybody doing today? Today I want to show you another knife review video. This time I'm going to be talking about the Zero Tolerance 0770 CF. So in the search for the ultimate pocket knife, this is one that looked interesting, so I thought I'd try it out and show it to you guys. So this one has the carbon fiber scales. One thing about zero tolerance knives is that a lot of them are very chunky and they tend to be kind of heavy. So they look cool and they're going to take a lot of hard use. But when it came to putting it in the pocket and carrying it every day, it was like, do I really want to carry something that heavy around and chunky in my pocket? I mean, I got to put other things in my pocket like keys. You know, I've got a key fob for my car, and then I got my house keys. I usually keep it in that pocket. Wallet and phone go in the other pocket, and it's the bigger it is, the less I really want to carry it, or the heavier it is, let's say, because I don't want to feel like I'm carrying around a coconut or anything in my pocket. Anyway, so this one looked interesting. I reviewed the 0550 before. I think it was the 550 or 551, but this one is a flipper design, not a thumb stud. So you got the little flip on the back. Not quite a full flat grind, but it's a flat grind. And I do tend to like flat grind blades better because they have a thinner tip and they slice better. So that's kind of nice. It's a stonewash blade, S35VN, which is almost the same steel as the kitchen knife. This is a chef's knife I use every day from Werther's, which that is a full flat grind, thinner blade, but I use this every day. I've never sharpened it for several years now. Two and a half, 3 years ago, I got this one. I use wood cutting boards and just to save the blade a little bit, but still slices a tomato absolutely no problem. So I know it's going to be a good steel. They got the stonewash finish, which looks nice in my opinion. Carbon fiber scales here, and I got that black backspacer there. The scales are not just carbon fiber laid over titanium. They're pretty much carbon fiber on both sides. So that helps in the weight department quite a bit. The only part where you have a little bit of a metal liner is on the lock bar here. I don't know if you can see in there. It doesn't go all the way down, just enough to give the lock bar some purchase, let's say. So this is what it looks like closed. The blade centering is as perfect as I've seen it. It seems right in the center there. The spine, let's see. Okay. The spine's milled down a little bit on the top here. Just makes it look a little cooler, shaves a little bit of weight. Unlike a full flat grind, like one of my standbys, the Spyderco PM2, where the blade tapers all the way down to the tip, you get a really nice thin tip, so it's really good for opening letters and boxes and stuff. The ZT knives tend to you get the flat grind here, but the spine stays thicker up until about here, and then it tapers down. So it's a little bit of a steeper point on it, which generally makes a stronger tip, but not quite as good for slicing tasks, like a full flat grind would be. I do like full flat grinds. Another one, this is another carry blade, the Benchmade Griptilian. A little comparison for size. It's the full size Benchmade Griptilian. This has an even thicker spine all the way down, and then it just thins out at the tip, whereas the ZT is a little bit more of a slicer. I use one of these every day at work for opening boxes. It is a pretty thick tip, so to cut the tape on the box, you can't get in very far before the knife just kind of stops like a wedge in there. But you learn to use it. The Spyderco PM2 is definitely a better box opener in that regard. But I know this is a very durable knife, real hard use. The FRN handle So it's just my daily usage blade. But compared to the 0550 on this knife at 5.4 ounces, this knife is quite a bit lighter. Also, the handle slims down here at the end a little bit more. So this is 3 ounces. So almost half the weight. I mean, we're saving nearly 2.5 ounces, 2.4 ounces. Just a little bit more and you have a whole 0770. So that's really cool. One thing I do like about some of the Spyderco knives, like the Delica and the Enduro, is that with the FRN handles, is they're super light and you don't even know you're carrying them in your pocket. So if it's the difference between not carrying a knife at all and carrying an ultralight knife and not even knowing it's there, you might as well carry the knife. So this definitely has more pocket time potential because of the weight. Now let's try a little, this is an overripe tomato. I'm just going to try slicing it here. See how it goes. I grew this in my yard. It's really soft. Yeah, it does pretty good. The bottom, this tomato hit the ground, so the bottom was real mushy, but slice is pretty good. No problem with the tomato. These don't come with a like chrome polished edge. You know, some of you knife guys go crazy on the sharpening until the edge is like chrome. This still has a little tooth to it. It is very sharp. It's not an absolute razor like some of them. Like this one came out of the box, a razor. This, you could shave your arm with that. This one's not shaving sharp, but it's plenty useful sharp. You know, the sharper the edge you put on it, the less tooth there is. You know, you don't see the little grind marks at all, and it's almost like tiny serrations to help you slice things. Get an ultra sharp knife. It'll be good for shaving, but not a lot else. But if you're just collecting them and storing them, more power to you. Anyway, a little bit of jimping here on the spine, bit of a finger choil here, so if you're pushing into something, you're not going to slide your fingers across the blade. It's an attractive knife for sure. Lock bar has good lockup. I don't get any play in there either way. Nice one. This one comes into the about $180-ish price point. Prices fluctuate online, of course, a little bit, but pocket carry. You've got the ZT branded pocket clip here. The pocket clip is reversible. Both for it's for tip-up carry, so you can't put the clip over here. Just either side on the back of the blade there. But nice shape in the hand. It's a bit smaller than an 0550 or 0560. I've got medium-sized hands, and it seems to be pretty good. Anyway, nice blade. Action is relatively smooth. I mean, it's a new knife, so it's a little bit stiff. I expect it to break in some. I believe there's a bit of a bronze bushing in there. They do this little finisher on the screws, which is interesting. It's attractive. Adds a little bit to the style of the knife. The flipper is got a little bit of jimping on it. There we go. So even though it doesn't stick out very far, it's not hooked like some of them that I've seen. Your finger does get good purchase on it. Now, because the blade is so, you know, it's a substantial blade, because the handle is so light, you got to hold on to it when you're flipping it out, because all this mass is kind of pulling the blade, and it's kind of blade light, you know, handle heavy, or not handle heavy, sorry, other way around, blade heavy, handle light. So the balance is kind of forward. When it flips out, you feel it like it's trying to jump in your hand a little bit. That's just one little anomaly that you'll notice when you're using the blade. But very cool. I think this one's going to get some pocket time, and we'll see how it goes. I like this kind of combination of a full flat grind with a little bit more spine blade, good blade steel, and lightweight, also slim in the pocket. So very nice. Some of the blades some of the handles rather have texture on them, like this Spyderco with the G10, where you put it in your pocket and that G10 really grips your pants. And when you're trying to pull it out, you're like turning your pocket inside out to try to get it out. That's not an issue with the carbon fiber because it has this smooth texture to it. Just kind of slides out. So it's a nice one for pocket carry. Anyway, I'm going to stop rambling. And thanks for checking this out. You guys have a good one. I'll see you on the next one.